Right, so if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm going to be putting together an FPV drone. The frame I will be using is the Bee35. The motors I'll be using are these 2006 C206 2500 kV motors from Axis Wing or Axis Fly. For the TX, the SpeedyBee TX800 camera is the Caddx Ratel 2. This is an AIO F405, also from SpeedyBee. The ELRS module from SpeedyBee. GPS. This is a thing for GoPro. I'm gonna put that aside. And an antenna. This is a LED strip for the frame. And finally, some tape to tape stuff. Okay, so while you weren't looking, I went ahead and tinned up the motor wires, as you can see over here. And unfortunately, the SpeedyBee 35 does not come with a XT60 connector. It comes with a XT30 cable. I went out and bought myself a cable. This is just a rough representation or rough idea of how the capacitor is going to be installed. Now I'm soldering on the LED control wires, which will be connected to the BC that came with the F405 AIO. So there you have it. This is for the LED. Moving on. Now I'm soldering on the capacitor, and as this is my first time doing this stuff, I had a bit of a trouble doing it. So yeah, enjoy, I guess. Right, so now I'm going to solder on the power cable. Now I'm going to solder the motors. Out of all of the things I had to solder, I think the motors might be the easiest and most fun things to solder. But because this is my first time doing all of this, I had some more trouble. You'll see later. Anyways. Right, so now that I'm done with the motors, we can move on to the frame or whatever the hell's left. Take a look at the horrid, absolutely disgusting soldering that I did. Oh, that one's loose. Well, soldering iron is not too far. Here I am soldering on all of the other wires like the VTX, ELRS, and all that good stuff. You can actually notice I'm looking at my phone very often because I have no clue what to do. This is my first time putting a drone together, an FPV drone together. I've done prior research to how to put it together, but this is my first time, so, you know. Right, so now I've soldered on the BC, and here you can see me using the heat shrink tube. Actually, this is not a good idea to use the heat shrink tube. There is not much space in the back, in the yellow part, for the BEC. So if you're doing this, just leave the BEC there. Just don't put the heat shrink tube on. Alright, I've pretty much soldered on everything. Now is the most exciting and terrifying moment. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations! It did not explode! Okay, I have just tested the VTX. Everything works fine. Everything is okay. Let's get into the full assembly. Can I build that? Right, so after maybe 3 or 4 days of building this thing, I finally did it. For my very first time, I have built a FPV drone, and I'm very happy. The bottom cover for the VTX is made out of CNC alloy. What alloy, I'm not sure, but it's actually designed for DJI 03, 04s. But I put an analog there instead because I like analog. Overall, it's a pretty good drone. Let's go fly it, I guess. Oh, by the way, this is the LED and all of its different effects. You can change these effects in the SpeedyBee configurator. All you have to do is connect Bluetooth and the F405 AIO will connect, and then you can just set up the LED. Alright, so after flying the Bee35 and crashing it multiple times, I've realized that it's not really a freestyle drone, it's more of a cinematic drone. The prop guards interfere a lot with the whole feeling of the controls. If you pay close attention to the previous videos of me flying the drone, you could see that there is a lot of unnecessary vibration or some sort of wobble, especially when the drone is coming out of a split S and I am trying to give it extra throttle to stabilize it. However, if you're trying to shoot cinematic footage, the Bee35 is actually a pretty good frame. That's going to be all for this video today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.